Maria Trivelpiece in the Patriot League studio, and I'm joined now by Lafayette soccer and basketball standout Heidi Commins. Heidi, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here and talk with you.
We're celebrating 50 years of Title IX, and you played not one but two sports in your time at Lafayette. How much of an impact do you think Title IX had on you as a student athlete?
Oh my gosh, it's gotten women so far. When I was in high school, we didn't even have a girls team, and I had to play with the boys in my high school. And I think it made me a better player, and I enjoyed doing that. But obviously now girls soccer, women's soccer is everywhere. We did have a girls basketball team in high school. And then getting into Lafayette, my first year in 1990, we were the first varsity women's team. So even Lafayette, they had a club women's team. So they were just expanding as well and getting more women involved in sports at Lafayette. And I was part of that first varsity team there.
What was it like being part of a first team like that?
I think there was a lot of energy to get this program going, and with a good first step and make a name for ourselves as a new team. I went through two different coaches during that time as the program was getting bigger and stronger, but we were all very excited to be a part of getting the program up and running.
After graduation, you went to medical school, and then you also spent some time in the Air Force. How do you think your experiences as a student athlete helped you after college?
Oh my gosh, sports through life, I think, is so valuable to teach so many skills that are essential in any career, no matter what you go into. I mean, obviously, leadership, being a captain on the women's soccer and basketball teams gave me skills to lead a team, whether that was in Afghanistan as the head medical doctor in Bagram Air Base. It teaches you to work with others. Time management, for sure. Playing two sports in colleges definitely prepared me for medical school, and just the time management that you have to do as a student athlete in college and set priorities. It gives you a lot of confidence to reach high for goals. So yeah, I do think being a student athlete is an invaluable experience to make you a better person in whatever career you go into.
So in your career path, you're both in the medical field, and as you mentioned, you spent time in the Air Force in very high profile areas. How important do you think it is that young women have female representation in what is traditionally male dominated fields?
It's getting better and better through the generations, but for sure, going to interviews through medical school and residency, it was very often interviews all with men. Although I know in the medical field, women our medical school class had a lot of women, and I'm not sure it was quite 50-50, but so we are getting there. And then even in the military, again, generally a male-dominated career path. But I never felt discriminated against, or you do feel a little bit like you have to prove yourself and to do a little better to be accepted into the group. But I think it just pushes you harder to succeed.
What advice would you give to a little girl who maybe is told she can't do something? How does she overcome that?
Oh, you gotta push that aside. I think there are great role models out there today. We see women athletes on television. I remember my daughters hitting high school age, and we're starting to watch college soccer on television, and it's easy to find broadcasted women's sports these days, and we're making great leaps and bounds to publicize and celebrate women in sports. So I think the girls are seeing that in the media, like I said, in television and the professional leagues that are out there these days. So hopefully they're seeing great role models to guide them.
Heidi, this has been great. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you very much.